we doing, everybody? Welcome back to Straight Betting, Hour 2. Got no JJ today, but we do got my good friend Flo. How we doing?
Feeling good. Thanks for having me, man.
Of course.
Tuesday. Yeah, man.
Hey,
Almost at the All-Star break, bro.
almost. I was happy as hell to run it back. I think that when we did that last Saturday, we came to the show kind of, empty. Not empty-handed. We had stuff, but the more we talked about shit, I feel like we had a good job or did a good job of like really breaking the games down in depth. And we had so many leans that we said last time, and we just didn't play. And yeah, I know that's what everyone says all the time. They're like, "Oh yeah, dude," but the leans, but like truly, the leans were like we gave out some pretty good shit.
Yeah, I'm not gonna make that mistake again. After the show's done, I'm gonna watch it back. Maybe go to the gym for a little bit, like clear it out. No one interrupt me, and just like because we gave like in that because it was the day of like Lakers Knicks, so we had the LeBron threes we gave out, but like you were giving out heat. We also would talk about like Jaden McDaniel rebounds. I want to say that cash like we gave out like 5 or 6 winners. So yeah, shorter slate though. So I love slates like these because like there's not 9 games. Like you can really just like look at a bunch of numbers, let it marinate, and then like go like let it go do your day, and then like you're like okay, I think I know what I like here.
Yeah, no, for sure. The problem with this is today is that I feel like the best game, obviously, the Knicks versus the Pacers, like it just sucks ass. So we don't know if Turner's gonna play, which I think makes a big difference because whenever Turner's been playing, they've been blitzing the guard, and that would like change a ton, with like Knicks props. Like Brunson's unders would maybe be a decent look, but like McCall's overs would be a great look, even stuff like that. And also with like even like little things, like a big edge that I've realized. I don't know if you this as a Knicks fan, but like I mean this is like pretty self-explanatory. Josh Hart, his rebounds are very dependent on if OG plays or not. Because
they are.
When when they start Precious, obviously that's like another dude who's like gonna rebound a shit ton. But also like now Josh has to actually like take like meaningful point of attack assignments and stuff. So
yeah, it's like one of those things where it's like I really wish it was the old Knicks lineup because they're allowing overall this season the 11th most rebounds with the last 10 games rather, third most rebounds in the NBA, getting absolutely shredded by power forwards and centers. And Carlisle, I've never heard a coach say this. He said practice yesterday is like we were practicing rebounds. I don't like that's kind of crazy. It feels like one of those like it's in you or it's not. But yeah, Turner being in and there's a big thing. And with Precious, like it's tough because like all these Knicks bigs kind of like cannibalize themselves because they have like kind of like a 1990s theme lineup with like Hart, Precious, Cat, where it's like 3 bigs all going for the ball. And Hart's not really a big, but he plays like a big. So it's tough. And they're all like priced like Precious at 9, Cat's at 13, Hart's at 10. So there's not really a lot of value on any of them.
Yeah, I actually think if you could like guarantee me that because it didn't, if I'm not mistaken, Deuce started the second half, right, over Precious.
Yeah, because the Celtics small line was giving them fits. This does feel like a game where it's like 30 minutes of Precious. Yeah. So I'm not here to tell anyone what to do. I don't even know if I'll do it, but like Precious double is one where like, hey, I could get there. Like if you told me I'm getting 30 of Precious, the Raptors game 2 games ago, he was going to get there to the double, but he had foul trouble in the first half, fouled out at the end, lost like 3 or 4 minutes, and he ended at like, I want to say 8 assists, 8 rebounds. 8 rebounds with a bunch of chances. Carl went crazy with like 20. So
yeah.
Yeah,
no, it's tough to gauge. Yeah, so you think that Carl's like 100% just like not healthy right now?
Yeah, he definitely isn't. Like the Celtics put him in a lot of pick and roll and a lot of action, and he just can't move. That's why if Turner's in there, it sounds like he's more likely to not play if you read the tea leaves. His 3-point ladder to 4, I'm 100% taking. 6 of his last 7, 2 threes against the Knicks. It's been said a million times, Knicks and Biggs drop coverage. Turner can also give you that above the break 3. The Knicks transition defense is very suspect right now without OG Anunoby. That would be my lean. I haven't played from this game, but Turner's 2 threes, just want to see if he's in there, full go, not on a minutes restriction with the break coming. Be honest, I don't even know why they'd play him. I mean, you're 2 games away from the All-Star break. He had like a neck strain, so sounded like it was a pretty brutal injury. So, and he didn't even have a full practice. He had a limited practice like yesterday. So why let him go? So
yeah, no, Miles Turner being in definitely like opens up a lot of things too. I think Miles Turner being in could even open up like a Hallie assist correlation. Just like, yeah, if Carl's not going to be able to move good in the pick and roll, I mean, that's just going to, if you're not going to be able to switch anything, you're going to just like be in straight coverage. Hallie can kind of pick apart drop coverage. So I don't know. I like Halliburton, I don't, you ban players when you bet on them or no?
I don't ban players. I just roll my eyes when I take them. I was actually going to ask you that. I was like, so what are your thoughts on Halliburton? Because the matchup is prime for Halliburton. I mean, if you look at the 2 Halliburton games this year versus the Knicks, that's why he's like Tyrese Halliburton. I think he had like 0 in one and like 31 in the other. It's like, exactly. What do you want to do with that one?
On, bro? He had 6 PRA, didn't even score a fucking bucket.
Yeah.
And then he has 35, 14. That one was without Nemhard. And yeah, Nemhard will definitely soak up some usage. But yeah, Halliburton's weird, man. It's not even like banning. I don't ban players. I always think it's like, I think that's like a kind of a bad mindset to have almost. But like, you can make the case that like it's just never smart to bet on like a Halliburton because you just don't know what you're gonna get. You don't know like what his brain's gonna be thinking that day, right? Like some days like he feels like he's like the best point guard in the league, and then other times he's like literally scared to shoot.
Yeah. So my approach with him is just like, I'm gonna have him in LA. What I've been doing here is just like, unfortunately, the Knicks without OG are like back to the old Knicks where like everyone makes 3-pointers. So for Boston, I did like kind of like a ladders of like KP3. Obviously, KP sat out, but we didn't know until like 5 seconds before the game. Like, thanks for letting us know. KP 3 threes, Tatum 3 threes, Derek White 3 threes, and then take them all to 4. Because if you saw like that Laker game, like Reeves, Rui, DFS, LeBron all had 3s. And this game has like a lot of sneaky ones too. Like obviously Halliburton's one, Turner could be one. Sneaky one, I think, is like Obi Toppin, who like doesn't have high usage, but he has like 2 threes and 4 of his last 5 without Turner. If Turner's out, I'm gonna take Obi's points. It might be at like 10.5, which I kind of like. It's risky because like if he starts bad, he's a bench player, and like Carlisle will bench him. But like if you just look at like the pure like the foot speed between like him, Precious, and Karl Anthony Towns, like Carl's got the bad knee, fast break, pushing the tempo. Like this is a prime matchup for Obi. I know the stats don't say like the Knicks are awful at transition defenses, that they're really good actually. But it's like one of those like eye test things where it's like he can just like outrun the entire defense like all the time. And also TJ McConnell, I want to say, has like the top 5 highest pick and roll frequency in the NBA. The Knicks are like the worst team, verbatim, the worst team in the NBA to pick and roll defense and to the ball handler. So McConnell's a guy that kills the Knicks. He's a guy I would look at too, but obviously like with his minutes, if you just told me I could get 20 TJ McConnell minutes, I'm in on the people say, but you just don't know with that guy.
Yeah, I would actually be looking for some TJ McConnell stuff too. I mean, I don't know what his recent game logs have been. He doesn't have lines out quite yet. I remember he kind of gave Deuce fits. And he hasn't been playing good minutes, but sometimes TJ can be like just like a straight check in and fill it up type of dude. Like if maybe since like they're looking at the recent minutes, maybe they drop like a 7.5 line or something. Like I would definitely play that, I think.
He's a Knicks killer, man. Like you talk to any real Knicks fan, they'll tell you like we haven't gotten TJ McConnell for like 4 years. At any point we haven't. My favorite play from this game though is Benedict Mathurin 13.5. That's just listen, he's not playing 30 plus minutes, but he has solid usage though. This is just like a matchup made for him. He's like a bulldog, can get downhill, get to the lane. It's gonna have Josh Hart on him. I love Josh, but Josh isn't built to like guard Benedict Mathurin. Halliburton's gonna have McCall up top, getting all this attention. The Pacers run, I want to say, top 10 frequency of pick and roll. But like once they get in and pick and roll, it's just gonna be a bad matchup for the Knicks. I love Mathurin. Mathurin this year, I want to say, has 20 and 31 points against the Knicks. I want to say 2 monster games. I just don't see like why I wouldn't like go off again. 13.5 to me against the Knicks defense that's like very leaky to small forwards right now. Like, yeah, I'm in on that one.
He's been flirting with like a point a minute against the Knicks this year.
Yeah, his 3-pointers is a thing too. I'll probably have on a leg because the 2 is plus money.
Wow, plus 170.
Yeah, he hasn't been pulling them. I think it's like with him is what I've seen is like you got to get the right matchup. Like he's one like if he makes the first one, he'll probably take like 3-4 more.
Oh yeah. Mathurin came into the league as like his confidence was like off the charts. I remember when he was a rook, he was like dropping 20 a game. It felt like for like the first couple months.
Yeah.
Then it seems like maybe he was kind of like forcing shit or something. But now he's just kind of like a role player, like a high-end role player.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you can't argue with that stuff against the Knicks. Yeah, I do agree with like your overall assessment. I think this could just be like a really good game. Oh, it's not in the Garden either. Okay. Yeah, no, I feel like this could be a really good. What's the spread on this one? Pacers +3. Be honest, Flo. What do you lean on the spread?
I lean the Knicks on the bounce back. So much depends on Miles Turner. If Turner's in, I don't think he will be. If Turner's in, I think the Pacers have the advantage. But if he's not, then I give the Knicks the advantage because Turner's defense is so crucial. And like, I don't know if I like Carl's points, but like, I do think he'll like bounce back, have a better game. It said, I want to say 23.5. Like, I think he will give you like 20. His people saw something that like I really have to look at because like it is amazing how like they get shredded on the glass. Like it cannot be said enough, like how bad their rebounding is. Like, it is awful. So Carl's people saw something I definitely want to look at. What was one more thing? I was like, oh, it's I don't want to take it. I'm not going there. I just don't want the stress. But Mikal Bridges' points, you're on him. His points and his threes have immense value.
Yeah, I agree.
I will grant you his last 2 games. I want to say he's only taken like 6 threes, but like this is a guy who easily put up like 7, 8, or 9. I got it listed what the coaches said because the Knicks are not pulling threes the way they should, but his 3 threes are plus 142. Like that's insane for a Pacers team that's giving up 3-pointers. So yeah,
this is a wild line. I get that it's like a lot of people don't like laying juice, but this is so off market. Minus 154 at DK for him to hit 2 threes. I think that's a great price.
Yeah, that's a great price for him. Yeah, that's a great price.
Yeah. Okay, we can go back to the Knicks stuff in a little bit. I want to quick give out an official play. Guys, I'm going to be completely honest. I hate this slate. Like I said, I think there's so much. I think for this game, I'm really going to wait to make an official till we know if Turner's playing, till we know if OG's playing. It just, those are 2 massive variables, honestly. Like the Knicks defense is not really that good without OG. And OG just changes a lot of roles for guys, and the same with Turner. So we're going to go to Toronto at Philly. We don't know if Embiid might not even play, but obviously, guys, if he doesn't play, no harm, no foul, just avoid. I'm going over 27.5 points. And here's the thing with Joel Embiid. So what I realized is that, when Philly's been down, and I know like the scoreboard, appears to be closer than it was. Philly was down pretty big, later in the game against Detroit, especially, and also against Milwaukee. In a game script like that, where it's like coming from behind, I've realized that they've kind of just been resting him, and also like they're pushing the pace. It kind of becomes like maxi time. So I know like game script, like you think about game script, you think about football, right? I feel like it almost applies to some stuff in basketball sometimes too. So like, yeah, in a trailing game script, which is like what this one was, and then what this one ended up being, Embiid just like, first of all, he loses out on minutes, right? Nick Nurse is like careful with him, and if they're, if it looks like they're like cooked to win the game, he's not going to be out there. Well, good thing they are 9-point favorites at home against Toronto. I don't see a world in where Toronto is blowing out Philly at the crib, and if Embiid's playing, which obviously we need him to play for there to be action on this game. But yeah, the biggest thing here, guys, is free throws. Toronto on the year, they allow the most free throws attempted. They also allow over the last 10 games. Where is this? Yeah, last 10 games, it hasn't changed much. They're second in the league behind OKC, which is surprising. Second in the league behind OKC in opponents' free throws attempted. So, I mean, this Raptors team is just super undisciplined. They foul a ton. They also, I will say, I'm not going to like guarantee that he doesn't get doubled because it's Joel Embiid. Every team doubles to an extent. However, I mean, Toronto has like really gone out of their way to limit catch and shoot stuff recently. I think this is like the 7th lowest frequency over the last 15 games. Obviously, guys, catch and shoot frequency is pretty well correlated with just like how much you double, how much you overhelp, right? When you overhelp, it leads to catch and shoot stuff. When it doesn't, it's like pull up stuff. So yeah, the Raptors, low catch and shoot frequency, I do like that. I think that, obviously this team's not trying to, they want to get a good draft pick. Let's just say that. I'm not saying like the players are out there competing and stuff, but they are trying to get a good draft pick at the end of the day. So like it doesn't make sense for a team like that to like try and double the shit out of someone, So yeah, I mean, first of all, it's 28 points for Joel Embiid. He kind of like in the past has had like these spots as big favorites where he, like a lot of like players like a Jokic, they'll be big favorites and like they won't try to score. Embiid's kind of been like quite the opposite. So against like a shitty team, Embiid's like the type of dude to like really try to like lay it down on him. But so I think I like that too. But yeah, mainly guys, it's just like the free throw thing. They don't have Pirtle. They have Mogbo, who is like basically like a G League player. They have no centers. So, and if you just think about it, right, Embiid is going to be guarded by people who, you know, don't get respected by the refs, who don't aren't established. If Embiid flops, he's going to get the whistle, especially against a team that's already like the most undisciplined in the league. I think he could absolutely live at the free throw line. I think we're getting a nice discount, and I like the game state. You know, as 9-point favorites. I think that Joel shouldn't be like these games where, you know, they're down, and then like it turns into like the Maxey show and stuff like that. So, yep, Embiid over 27.5 points. Flo, you got any thoughts on it?
Yeah, I really like Embiid too. The blowout factor of this game scares me a little bit, but I do like his points a ton. His assists is also something I would look at too. Like he's had like a great track record against Toronto with the assists, and the way he's been like distributing the ball. Like with this Toronto defense, that's like so bad. Like we've seen these Embiid first. Like I wonder like what is his first quarter assist, because I haven't even looked at all the lines, because I know like he'll just have these random blow up 3 first quarter assist games. So his assist is something that I look at. On the other end, quickly his points plus assists, because the minutes restriction is like almost gone. He had 30, and he had a great game versus the Rockets. Also, I like thought it was notable. He put up 9 threes. So I was like, okay. Like maybe the old Emmanuel quickly is back here.
Yeah.
So it's like one of those things where it's just like, it's not an official play. It's just like I'm just sharing thoughts, because it's like a slate where it's just like, what do you take on this one? So for this game, I have thoughts of the other game, but on this game, I do like Embiid's point. Get back to your original point. I do think he's in a prime matchup. Whenever you're going against like the Toronto Raptors and in that front line, no Jakob Poeltl, as you mentioned, and just they don't really even have like a center like Kelly Olynyk. Like it's hideous. So
is he gone?
Kelly's off the bench for them.
Okay, he didn't get traded at the deadline.
No, I don't believe so.
Okay, I think he might have been hurt or something, but yeah. So yeah, I mean Kelly Olynyk's a terrible defender too. So it's like I don't know, man. I just think that Embiid, like you said, I think there's a 9-point spread on this one. To be honest, dude, I just don't trust Philly to blow out anyone. Like maybe I'm tripping. I mean, they're still a good team. I mean, they should be at least. But I really just don't trust Philly to blow out anyone. So yeah. I hope this one stays close. But like the main thing I'm hoping for is that basically we just don't get Philly playing from behind in this one. I think that's bad for Embiid.
I agree with that. Do you want to hear a hideous long shot for today? Hideous.
What's
up? Zach Edey and Asar Thompson double 40-60.
Hey, I like it. We had a lotto with Edey 10 points and 7 rebounds, and then the Grizz minus 4.5. So I like it. What? Why do you like Edey?
Well, okay. So with Edey, I took his people's R not for a full unit, but like 3/4 of a unit. It opened at 13.5. It's at 14.5 now. I still like that. You're basically at the mercy of Taylor Jenkins. He's like, please just play this guy like 20 minutes, please. Yeah. But like if you look at him in like his last like 7 games, it's like pretty straightforward. It's like 6 of the 7 he has, or 6 of the 8 rather, he has like 20 plus PR. And it's like the last game versus OKC, I faded him because it's like it's clearly like this is an awful matchup. But like the previous games when there's like a traditional center like Nick Richards, where he could park his behind right in the lane and doesn't have to be involved in all this action and go to the 3-point line and guard a stretch big. Like, yeah, he should dominate. The Suns also are giving a bottom 5 to centers and rebounds over the last 10 games. I've coined like the Nick Richards system or I've said if you just took the rebounds for the opposing center on this dude all season and you are fine with taking some L's, by the end of the day, if you just took the rebounds for every center going against Nick Richards, you'd leave with more money than what you started with. So I like his people. So I think it's a little bit too low. Obviously, you're afraid of foul trouble, and Taylor Jenkins not playing him. But I'm like, 14.5 is so crazy. Like, that's so crazy low. It's like, so I'm like, all right, fine. Sign me up.
Yeah, no, I agree 100% with Edey stuff here. We were talking about it on like the last stream, is that Edey might be like a system guy. Like definitely, I think like what you said, the traditional center, non-stretch big, that stuff helps a ton, right? For Edey against a stretch 5, I mean, he can't stay on the floor against that. But yeah, I mean, he's going to be up against like a Plumlee or a Richards the entire game, and the Suns might even qualify as a shitty team. Like if I'm going to be completely honest, these guys are not a good team. The only thing, it's like like Taylor Jenkins, what if the starters come out and get off to a super slow start, then Edey might be cooked, but I doubt that happens. I don't know. Just like the Suns are, I think Memphis is like far superior of a team, especially at full strength. So I think like we're talking about game script here. I think game script is like very important for Edey. And I actually I don't bet spreads, but Memphis -3.5, I actually might bet because I don't get that number. I think they're so much better in the Suns. Like so much better.
I agree.
And they have no matchup. They have no rim protection really for Ja. Like Nick Richards is fine, I guess, but he's not going to make an impact on Ja. They don't have a point of attack for Ja. They don't have anything for Jaren. They want to play drop against Bane. Go ahead. Like that's kind of what I was thinking with like I was like I really like Ja stuff and Jaren stuff, and I'm like, dude, like it's like any of them could eat. So like I don't want to really bet on an individual one. So yeah, Flo, do you bet spreads ever?
Only when I have like a strong feeling on like injuries or way teams going. I usually like stay away. It's funny. The only times I really bet spread is like against the Knicks. So on the side, like last game against Boston, like when OG was out, I'm like, oh, this is terrible news. It was like Boston was like -2.5, and I'm like, right, they just had like a disappointing game, and now they're in prime time where they're going to be on national television in Madison Square Garden. Like, I wonder what's going to happen here.
Yeah. It's like when that happens, you're leaving there with something. Either your Knicks get dub or you get some bread.
Yeah, like I always like get like people's like, oh, you root against your team. It's like it's not rooting against my team. Like I'm still watching the game, rooting for them to win. But like, like you're watching Jason Tatum go crazy, and you're like, does any of this surprise you? So that's I root for my bank account first before I love my team, but I like my bank account more.
You got to take care of the bank account. Yeah, I feel that. Yeah, no. So this Memphis stuff, though. So obviously, you made Edey an official play. Like, do you kind of agree? I mean, out of like the Ja, Bane, Jaren stuff, do you think that any of them have a like a good or bad matchup, or are you kind of in the same boat as I am with like shit? I kind of like all of them, and it's like I don't know.
Yeah, like I kind of like lean because I know we were talking a little bit before the show, and you were mentioning like Jaren, like his just like physicality and like the way he's been like rolling. Like how do you not love Jaren a little bit in this one?
Yeah, like Durant's gonna be on him, dude. Like he is so much stronger than Durant.
Yeah, like just stay on the floor, my guy. Because Jaren's in a prime spot in this one.
No, 100%. I peeped this. I was actually like looking at some film for Jaren's rebounds in this game. He had 24 rebound chances against the Suns, but I went back and like I mean, you could just look at the starting lineup, and he was at the 5. So yeah, it's probably not a crazy edge. He'll also probably guard Durant, so that's not great for rebounds if you're contesting like 15 shots.
I mean, listen, Edey double at 750. I saw it open at 750. I'm like, okay, I'll find some change and throw on that.
Yeah. That's all. I mean, yeah, that's good for you.
Stay on the floor. Just give me 21 minutes. I know I get it. We're not getting 25. Just give me 21. That's what, and I'll live with whatever happens.
Nah, facts. He gets 21. He's like a PR per minute about guy.
Yeah,
close to that at least. So. Yeah, no, that should be more than enough. Let's see, Suns. Let's see, Detroit, Chicago. We could go there real quick. Is there anything else you want to talk about with this game? Any leans? I know
no other leans in this one. Suns. What am I saying? In the Pistons Bulls game, I have a ton of leans in that one.
Okay, I just want a quick look at this. So yeah, Tyus Jones stuff makes a fair bit of sense. He's been super. I think the line caught up to it though. Yeah, it definitely did. I remember this line used to be like 5.5 assists when Beal would be out and Booker and Durant would be in for like a couple game stretch. Like I remember I had that against the Wiz. But I mean shit, it still isn't a terrible look, but yeah, Tyus stuff. Tyus sees a big boost in minutes with Beal sitting.
Yeah, and his passing usage is like through the roof whenever he doesn't play as well.
Yep. All right. What are your leans here? I feel like I know. Well, I know one of them.
Yeah. So the obvious one is like probably said a million times. Jalen Duren, the double, 6 of his last 7 versus Vucevic. I think a sneaky thing with Jalen Duren also I like about him. There's no value on it now because of the big game, but I love his assists. Like his assists are so fun against bad teams because he just works as a hub. Because like when teams crash out on Cade so often, like Duren will just like be the middle point man and dish it off to Tobias or to Tim or to Malik. but last five games against the Bulls, three plus assists with a couple 5 assist games and a 4 assist game. So it's minus 160. So maybe you could put that on a lay with something like that. Kobe White's threes are super sky high, but the Pistons give above the break threes like candy, and he's been on a heater lately. Let me get you like what Kobe White's been doing recently. Kobe White last five games, 5, 3, 4, 4, and 6. Now it's tough to take someone to 4 threes. I'm not saying do that, but like maybe like on a lay, love that. My man is Asar Thompson. I want to say for his career, 4 for 4 in the people saw versus the Bulls. The Bulls front line is food. It's like Buzelis is out there. It's gonna be a fast game. I got to look at his double-double more because, like, last game, he was, like, on his way towards getting there, and then some foul trouble mixed in. They just didn't put him back in against the Hornets. I feel like they didn't take it seriously until, like, the last, like, 7 minutes. They're like, oh, crap, like, it's a 6-point game now. Now we got to, like, take this seriously. But, like, Asar Thompson, he's been on the road, he's been playing more minutes. I want to say he's got, like, a couple 27, 28-minute games over the last 5 games. So I do think that his double-double after more research might be a thing I get on. Cade Cunningham. His assists are 10.5, but this game has like so many inflated lines. It's like, I love the Cade double-double. He should do whatever he wants on this team. Like, there's no one on the Bulls stopping him. Love him a ton. And obviously my guy Bucci Mane, his assists are something to look at. His 3-pointers, 2 is like minus 160, but I want to say like he has 2 3-pointers and 4 of the last 5 versus Detroit, or 5 of the last 5 versus Detroit. This is the same team that he hit, I would say, like 5 3-pointers on and had the triple-double. Like, there's a lot to like in this game. If this game ever stayed close, this would be an amazing SGP game. I might just make an SGP on, like, if this game stayed close. Like, sign me up for, like, 12 Buzelis points and a K double-double and Duran to do his thing and Asar Thompson to have a nice game. But we'll see. Oh, and the final one's Malik Beasley. Oh, my goodness. Now, if this game is a blowout, it's going to be because Malik Beasley made 5 threes in the game. Because this is like Malik Beasley he can go insane in this game. So of all the plays I gave and all the leans, I gave a bunch of leans from this game. Malik Beasley is the one I look at. I'm like, man, this is set up for this guy to just go crazy today.
Yeah, no, for sure. Both have been terrible against catch and shoot stuff recently.
Yeah.
I give up a fair bit of above the break threes, stuff like that. I mean, the Bulls are so bad everywhere. Yeah. I think that one thing that I've realized that the only place that they've really been good against, and I might play it. I might play it, but at the same time, it's like you're gonna feel like such an idiot if it loses because just like I hate betting unders against teams that are just like god awful at defense, right? It's like if this loses, like you're just gonna be like dreadful. You're like, why the hell did I do this?
Yeah.
But I will say the Bulls have actually really not been like allowing pull-ups at all. So, but they've been terrible at stuff in the paint. Like we like Duran stuff, we like Asar stuff, we like Beasley stuff. I think Tobias could be okay too. We like everyone.
Yeah.
And it could just be the case where like there's not enough of the pie to go around. And we already have Cade at 28.5, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think that he only had 22 against the Bulls, and volume, he took 23 shots, but he only had 1 free throw. That's really not good volume, to be honest. Like this is a pretty normal game for Cade. Like maybe you could say like, okay, give him another 3. Then he's like at 25 points only. So I think this 28.5 line is a bit too high personally. It could like completely look like an idiot for sure because of the Bulls, but
yeah, I think it's a little bit too high also. It's like one of those things with Cade. Like he's so good. I've always been a huge Cade fan, but like he's so good. Like he could have games where he's impacting the game. And like in the third quarter, he only has like 13 points because he has like 12 assists. Like
that's what I'm saying too.
He's like such an amazing player.
Yeah, he could just. I think it's an assist game for him.
Yeah,
and like I said, his assists I think is like pretty well priced. Even like the 10.5 at plus money, I don't think it's terrible. You're not gonna. It's gonna look ugly on paper with like the hit rates and stuff, but sometimes matchup just trumps all. And so let's see. Have they played? He had 26 points and shot super efficiently, 4 for 7 for 3. Well, not super efficiently, but shot pretty good. Had 26 points, and then that 22-point game recently. But what I realized is like pick and roll handle around the year, they were really bad to start, but they keep on trending, better and better as the year gone on, and that correlates with pull-up frequency and stuff. Obviously, like pick and roll. If you're a pick and roll ball handler, you're scoring via pull-ups for the most part.
Yeah.
So, this is like a very strong lean of mine. like I said, I just know I'm gonna feel like such an idiot if it loses because it is against the Bulls. But at some point, I don't know. I need a little bit more time to think about this one. But this is my strongest lean for the game. Is Cade under 28.5.
Yeah. Yeah, I totally get that. And because like he has like the Pistons are a sneaky good team. Like I'm not breaking news to anyone there when I say that, but like
Yeah.
they have games where like they go on like they go these like 20-5, 20-6 runs, and it's like why are they on the 26 runs? Like, well, Tobias has 4 points, and Osar has like 6, and Dern has 4, and Malik made 2 threes, and you're like, yeah, it's not one person, it's like a team-wide attack. So yeah, we like this Pistons thing.
Yeah, no, for sure. All right, so I think we basically talked about most of the 4 games. Let's get into some of your guys' questions. Shoto, how you doing? Hope everything's well. Oh, wow, just in time. Good stuff. What's good, Con? Tommaso, how we doing?
How we doing?
EDPR, yep.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's scary, but like, you gotta live a little.
Yeah, everything's
work on the double. If he gets rolling, let him play. Let him play, Taylor.
Let him play. This Suns team is not good, bro. There's no reason for y'all to get down 20 or anything. Just let Edie play, dominate this game like y'all should. And I really might play that Memphis spread. I just have like terrible luck with spreads. I remember when OKC went on like that fat ass win streak, but they lost that game to the Bucks.
Yeah,
I was on OKC like -4 against the Bucks. So just like shit like that. Like I just feel like I can never win a spread. But I really, really want to play Memphis at 3.5. I think that's a bad line. I think it's like Memphis by like 12 here or something.
Yeah, I could definitely see that. Maybe it's like an alt line game.
Yeah, no, for sure. Durant stuff. So I don't like that Memphis limits the mid range. We know Durant's not going to be on a min restriction. He doesn't really do that shit. What do you think about Durant stuff? I think it's a fine price line at 26.5 personally.
Yeah, that's fine. Like I haven't like looked a ton into it, so I won't like pretend and sit here and tell everyone like it's my favorite match in the world. But yeah, I don't really have like a strong lean or opinion on it yet.
Yeah, I don't have an opinion either. Asar PRA.
I love Asar today. I love Asar today.
I mean, you're playing against a team that where was that?
It's gonna be him versus a little Boozy Vert. I love Buzelis a lot. It's just they're crazy out here with that 13.5 line. I get it. He's been covering it, but like his usage, like you need him to be efficient to hit that line. But yeah, I love Asar, man. Bull in China shop. The lane will be wide open. Great cutter. Their power forward is basically like Josh Giddey. So so there's gonna be zero opposition.
That is gonna guard Asar Giddey.
I mean, I'm guessing they're gonna put Buzelis on him, but like when Asar does the whole like cut off of a back screen thing when Cade has the ball, I'm like, so who's gonna be at the rim waiting for him there? Because no one.
Yeah,
you'll be waiting for him because nobody gonna be there.
Yeah.
And my guy's 4 for 4 against the Bulls for his career.
Yeah,
on the people Asar.
No, this Asar makes a ton of sense. I mean, this is where's points in the paint? They are dead last in points in the paint allowed in the year. I mean, look at this shit. 89% of his points come in the paint.
And also like the fast break element is what I like a ton too.
Yeah. Weirdly, the Bulls have actually been a good transition defense this year, but that doesn't really pass the eye test with how fast. I mean, we know that they're third in pace. So probably a lot of like semi-transition stuff that just doesn't get, categorized as actual transition.
Yeah. Like to go back to like Obi, like that's why I like Obi in this game. Cause I'm like, if OG doesn't play, like I know what the stats saying, but I'm like, I just don't believe it. Like this isn't a good transition defense against, cause like I think there's like a thing called like good transition defense, and there's teams that can't handle athletes. Like, are the Bulls ready to handle an athlete? Like, I don't think so. Like this defense is food.
Let's see. We could go to versus defensive rating and just like try to filter out some, because I'm doing a sour 22 plus minutes. Okay, I'm trying to like cherry pick this shit. He's been close to a lot of the games, man. But this is just this is a great matchup. I do endorse Asar stuff for sure. So my dudes, what do you think on? I'll do it game by game. Okay, Scotty assists or Oubre under points if Joel ever plays in PG. Yeah, I like Oubre's under for sure. I guess shit, Winter. To be honest, I can't give you an opinion on this stuff because we don't have a line. But yeah, I mean Oubre. I just think Oubre like really doesn't get any usage if PG, Maxey, and Embiid are going to play, and if he's going to need catch and shoot stuff. A team that's going to double a ton, and we already showed that when I talked about Embiid that Raptors have literally not been allowing catch and shoot stuff basically at all. So, Scotty assists. I faded him last game.
Yeah, and he had like what, 7?
Yeah, and I lost. Yeah.
I don't think anybody could have seen that coming though. It was against the Rockets too, who just like gave like a lackluster performance.
Yeah, I had him under 5.5 assists, and like his hit rate prior to this was under 10 out of 11. And like Houston, right? They allow like the second fewest assists on the year, I think.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, this is such a beautiful play, and it's just like way too good to be true.
That's what scares me in like a game like this. Like, sorry to cut you off. It's like the Raptors are so bad, and you could just tell like the Sixers just want to go to Cancun. Where it's just like it just scares me. Where I'm like, Quickly is gonna play hard. Scott is gonna play hard. Like, do I know if Kelly Oubre is gonna play hard? Do I know if Embiid was gonna play hard? Like, I don't know. Is Eric Gordon and Max will play hard? But like, that's the thing. I look at these games. I'm like, man, taking an under on Toronto. When they're gonna be like, it's a game left, our season stinks. Like we haven't had the full lineup like at all season. Like, let's just play hard. Like you can get very far in this league by just like giving effort. That's what I've seen.
No, for real. Yeah, no, but Barnes assist stuff, I definitely, I think you have to lean under almost just seeing this shit. But also, if Joel Embiid plays or not, it affects the defensive scheme a ton for Philly.
Yeah.
If Embiid plays or not. So, yeah, I'd wait on that as well. Let's see, Flo, I'll kick this one to you. Brunson assist or PA since the shit going to be a fast-paced game or Mathurin points. Well, we already talked about Mathurin. That's an official play, ain't it?
Yeah, Mathurin is official for me. I'm in on the Mathurin points. Brunson, okay. The assist part scare me because then you need someone to score off the assist. And I think Carl's a guy, but like the knee scares me a little bit because he just doesn't look right. And I don't want to trust Precious Achiuwa. And Josh Hart, I love you, but he's not shooting the basketball because every team's leaving him wide open for threes. You want to lean that staying right in the leans bucket because I'm not going there anymore is Josh Hart's threes. The guy's open every game for 5-6 looks, and he should put it up, but he won't. And the 2 and 3 have immense value, but he's never like last game he put it up, but it's like he like started like 1 for 3. He's like, all right, I'm not shooting anymore. But Brunson's assists scare me a little bit. The points are like higher at 28.5, but I kind of like still like it already because they need a bounce back performance. Also, the Pacers are a 4 seed. The Knicks have had this whole thing all year where it's like, you could beat up on the bad teams. When you play the good teams, what happens? Like this isn't a first class opponent in like a Boston or OKC or whatever. But like the next tier, which is like the Memphis tier, the Houston tier, like they've done really well against those teams. So Brunson's post is something I like. I know the stats will tell you that the Pacers are excellent against pick and roll ball handlers, their points. But Brunson's kind of like a matchup-proof player. You're getting elite usage. You're getting like 24, 25 shots. I don't think OG's playing. That's my thing. I could be off here, but it makes 0 sense to play him. I think they're going to bring him along slow. I think you're going to see him after the All-Star break. So if OG's not in there, then they're going to need the points, and it's going to be fast-paced. And we've seen like Brunson in this spot multiple times going back to last year where he's had lineups where like last year's Knicks, Julius Randle was hurt. There was a game where I want to say Julius was hurt, OG was hurt. He played the Pacers, went crazy. That was the Mike Breen born to play basketball. Jalen Brunson's born to play basketball game. And then we've seen him earlier this year shred them 2 times too. So Brunson's points is something I'll probably get there on. My thing with the Knicks is I'd rather go out with Brunson's points than Bridges' points because I've done both. And Bridges can hit the points, but I've been sitting there watching him be tentative and in the corner and afraid to shoot while Brunson's like, I'm shooting it every time in the lane. So, yeah, it's just the lean. If I had to take something, I would just go with the points for Brunson.
Yeah. This is my take on it. I know that if I don't know what they do with Thomas Bryant in there at center, I would assume that they're more switch heavy, which is and Thomas Bryant's also not gonna play Miles Turner minutes. And then when Obi's in, they're definitely gonna be switch heavy, which is if that's the case, Brunson against switching defense is gonna be like live for 30 like very easily.
Mm-hmm.
But if Miles Turner does play, I know that Indiana's gonna blitz a ton. If Miles Turner and OG plays, I could see his assist coming through, but he needs OG in my opinion. Like, yeah, Precious, terrible assist partner. Josh, terrible assist partner. Cat, usually really good assist partner, but you talk about how he's banged up. And then Macau, fine assist. He's a pretty good assist partner. he'll catch and shoot and make quick decisions and stuff. But yeah, I think it's just like a wait and see thing. If you get Turner out, I definitely endorse Brunson points for sure. But if Turner in, I could see just him getting blitzed at will. But like you said, man, sometimes with Brunson, if the spot is right, like it really doesn't matter. He's going to get to his spots regardless. So I can definitely see that.
Yeah, most definitely. Once again, this is not official, just a lean in. It's a thought out loud. Is a Cat's under on 3-pointers because the usage he covered it last game. I think he only took 3 3-pointers. The line's 1.5. Some places you get 5 plus 100 on the under. Karl Towns is not shooting 3-pointers at that volume. His thumb is clearly still messed up and it's affecting his shooting. So it's one of those things where it's just like I got to look at the rankings. I got to look at what the Pacers do against shooting bigs. But it's one of those things like everyone, like I feel like the majority, and I'm guilty, so I'm not calling anyone out. Just like, hey, over. But I'm like, unders hit a ton too. And like Karl Towns under 3-pointers is one of those things where I definitely want to look at.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. Yeah, only took 2 against Boston. So
yeah, anyway, it's crazy. I didn't take it, but I was like, man, if you took his under on against Boston, you're kicking yourself. But like, it was the right read because he only took 2. He went 2 for 2.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I said, I was on the over and obviously like the over PRA, and it wasn't even close. It was probably the worst bet I've made like all year. But yeah, and I will say too is like if you don't get Miles Turner, it's like I said, it's probably going to be a lot of switching from Indiana, and if that's the case, Cat against switching is not really going to get up threes. It's like you want to get him against the drop coverage center for his threes. So yeah, I agree with that too. Duren assists again. Yeah, we talked about that. It's super juiced, but I think Flo said like you love it in like a is a part of is like a juice reducer leg or something.
Yeah, like you're not getting the 2 assists that it was a couple games ago, but like if you could put it with something, like let me see. And also like I always like my thing with him is I always love to do is like what are his 4 and 5 because like that's where you could like put it with something or pairing with something. So his 4 is 125, his 5 is 240. It's not the greatest. Like I'm like spoiled by like Duren's 4 were like 230, his 5 were like 450 or 475. So. But I mean, like the track record is the track record against the Bulls. Like it's sensational. So
yeah, and Vooch isn't like a switching center either. Like you're the assists off of hub stuff can be negated by switching defense too, and that's not the Bulls. I mean, obviously, if you allow the second most assists on the year, like you're not a switching defense.
Yeah.
So, yeah, even like this minus 140 feels like a pretty good price. So I'm not gonna lie. Like they really, I mean. It's been working, man. Duren is a hub. He's strong as hell, bro. He'll give you a good brick wall, and like just Cade can flow into a mid coming off of it. Tobias can flow into a mid. Beasley, whatever, can get it and pull up from deep and shit like that. The more I think about this, dude, like, fuck, man, I really like it.
Yeah,
I really like it.
I like his assist because I like Asar Thompson because if Asar is gonna go off, that means Duren's probably gonna go off because like Asar is like that dude's so talented. I love the Thompson twins; they're like amazing players. But yeah, like a lot of times, like against the Hornets, like it was just like cool. Like Duren has the ball and Asar is cutting back door and is wide open at the rim. Just throw it to him, Jalen, and like that's what he did over and over and over again. So.
Let's quick watch some film because I know when I shouted out the Duren assist thing, it was without Cade, but so you watched it, I'm guessing, and it like continued as like the hub usage.
Yeah, like Duren's assist is something like shots like my guy Mr. Dreamy One. Like we've been playing this for like the last 2 years. Like, and funny thing is, the matchup when it arrives. You're like sitting there like, oh, Duren assist day, because it's always a team where like the paint is bad and it's a leaky defense. Like it's always the same thing. Like he's gonna set up the Cade midi, or he's gonna set up like Asar, or he's gonna set up Tim Hardaway on the corner. Like I love Duren assists. My thing is just like it could just go broke sometimes. Like what about the blowout? But like I'm not afraid in this game. Like
I'm not afraid of that either. Yeah, Bulls are at the crib.
Yeah.
So Duren, okay, that's not a hub assist, but the first 3 were just like straight hub assists.
Yeah. And some of it's like eye test stuff because you'll see that like for example, potential assists don't always tell the story. Like I like to look at like passes made because like sometimes like he'll pass it to the guy, but the guy just didn't shoot the open 3. So it's not a potential assist, but it's just like, well, the guy, like in theory, like he's setting up someone to score. The guy just didn't pull the shot. So it's like it's a good process, even though it doesn't give you the result.
Yeah, no, I think, and when you're talking about centers, especially like hub assist, DHO stuff doesn't get registered as potentials.
Yeah,
but I think stuff like this, if they're gonna use them like this, could be here against the Bulls with like Vooch creeping up, and then
there's my guy. Oh yes, oh yeah. I'm getting to the Asar people. Man. I'm living with the result. I'm not gonna be on here and do what I did last time and say a bunch of things, and then a bunch of people go like, "Hey man, thanks for all those great plays you gave." And like, awesome, I took none of them.
Yeah. Yeah, no, so Duren was being used as a hub a ton there, and that slot continued with Cade, which is cool. Yeah, man, I think you'd have to maybe, just find something to pair with. What do you think is like a safe pairing? Like Duren and then maybe a Sar, like 4 rebounds or something, just get it down to like a decent price.
Oh, to bring the juice down?
Yeah.
Let's see here. I'm always gonna like default to the Knicks.
Yeah, shit, you got to default to the team you know.
Yeah, I mean, what's Duren's 3 assists and like the obvious one? What's Duren's 3 assists and what's Karl Towns' double? Like is like
yeah, I don't know.
He's hitting a double because the Pacers just give up rebounds to everyone. Let me see what this is really quickly here. So that is okay. There you go. So Duren 3 assists was Cat's doubles -117 on ESPN Bet. So
okay.
I might take that. I'm definitely taking that for myself. I don't know if I'm gonna give it official. I'm just telling you guys what I'm about to do, and then you can use the information with what you're feeling with that. So yeah, I like Duren today. I like Asar today. I like Malik Beasley. I'm an SGP something. There's just if the game ever was close, it was like it's a great game.
No, yeah, for sure. Last game's at Suns. I swear, KD trolling shit under PRA points to what I feel, or Bane under RA. Yeah, I don't know. You gotta maybe KD might be a little disengaged. This is his first game back from all that trade bullshit, which clearly pissed him off a little bit. Yeah, you never know. He might be a little disengaged with this whole Suns experiment, man. So I wouldn't. This game went to double overtime, man. He's been kind of soaring under a lot of games recently. So that definitely could be an out for an under if he's just like a little bit if KD's a little bit disengaged, he's not going to get 37 PRA. So that could definitely be an out. Bane under rebounds and assists. So yeah, we could go with Ja and Jaren, see what that's looking like. Ooh, that's looking pretty good. Let's see. I know a lot of these games were like super shit minutes. So if we do like what 20. 24 or what's like 26 plus. Yeah, still going under in a fair bit. Like the Suns are probably going to play drop. Isn't great for assists. I'm pretty neutral on it. I don't really have a strong feeling. What about you, Flo?
I have no read on it, to be honest.
Yeah.
I do like Morant's assists, but I have no read on Bane. And the Grizzlies are one of those teams where I have like very little success if it's not like Morant or the obvious ED spot. Like I have no success with this team.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like I know like obviously a part of the show is answering your guys' questions, but me personally, I don't really venture off to players that I'm not like I need to at least be able to envision like the scheme and like the player playing. And if I just don't watch the player enough or don't watch the team enough, I tend to stay away from spots like that. So yeah, I'd say stick to your bread and butter. Just as general advice for betting. Good morning, D'Lo. Hope you're doing good. Let's get these likes and shares on the way. Yes, sir, guys. If you guys are on YouTube, make sure to drop a like and sub. It's a free way to support, and I appreciate it a ton if you guys were to do that. Khan said, "Yeah, TJ." Khan's a Knicks fan. He said, "Yeah, TJ always has."
Yeah.
And by the way, TJ did get lines. It's a 8.5 for plus money. I wonder if a 7.5 will ever pop up because he is a guy who's not going to shoot threes.
Yeah.
So I'm sure he ends on 8 a ton. Like if we just go to, I wonder how many games this year he's ended at exactly 8 because that feels like a key number here.
Yeah, 8 is definitely the key number.
Yeah, it's like it goes from. It looks like 5 times he's ended at 8, which is actually like a little bit less than I thought. But that hit rate changes a ton.
Did I have Obi up?
Yeah, I do really like TJ, man. I really do. Just kind of off vibes almost. Like 14.5 PRA. You can definitely get some assists out of the pick and roll. What was he doing in the playoffs last year. That's not, like the
Oh
best.
my goodness, like, he was ridiculous. Like, man, like we lost the series, but to start the series, like we were up 2-0, and I was like, man, thank God they took him off the floor because like this guy is like shredding us. Yeah, like this is his last 5 games is like exactly the Rick Carlisle special. Like really good games, but it's like 10, 13, 18, 14, and 13 minutes. It's like this guy's like under 15 minutes before his last 5. I took his I would say P+A in their first matchup, and he was doing the TJ McConnell thing. And then like he missed it because he only played like 15 minutes, even though he was playing fantastic. So
yeah. I mean, he was basically a PRA per minute guy in the Knicks series last year.
yeah, he was,
and that defense is definitely better than this current defense. So
I'll be honest, like I still like I don't think he's gonna play. So I can't believe like the 2 threes for Miles Turner is sitting right there.
yeah,
Like that's like crazy to me. Like ball going up like 5-6 times, you need to go in the hole 2 times. The Knicks aren't going to guard it. Like we've seen this story a million times. They're not going to guard it.
Yeah, you might as well just lock it in, especially if you have this DK price.
Yeah,
like,
DK 125
there's
insane.
There's no harm, no foul.
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah, this is a great bet. Yeah, it's like if he doesn't play, like who cares, bro? Like you're gonna get your money back. It's not like they're gonna, that's a loser because he didn't play. Like
the one I don't know what to do with is Siakam because he matches up like actually very well against the Knicks because it's like, hold on, let me pull this up really quick here. So with Siakam, give me 1 second. So the Knicks can't guard pick and roll. I've said this a million times. So the Pacers actually have the 6th most points to the pick and roll man. So if there's no Turner tonight, Siakam like hasn't had a great track record against the Knicks. I can't give out 2 guys put points versus the Knicks today, but like the interior is just suspect. They'd use OG on Siakam a lot. Like now they have Precious Achiuwa. Siakam's the kind of big that would give Achiuwa fits because he could like take a step back jump shot. He can go off the dribble. He could post you up. He could get putbacks on layups. You want to talk about a guy who could step up his rebounding and they were practicing rebounding? Like there's your guy right there. Like their rebounding is atrocious, and Siakam would kind of be in position to like get some offensive boards, put it back up. So yeah, like I'm not breaking news to anyone, but the Knicks can't guard pick and roll, and Siakam will be in the pick and roll. So if there's no Miles Turner, so yeah, I like Siakam. 22.5 is a little high, but I don't see why not. 6 defense isn't good.
Yeah, I would say I probably wouldn't play it if we knew OG was in, but I know you're going off of the base. You don't think OG?
Yeah, I really don't think he's gonna play. I really don't think he's playing.
I think you know what the rebounding angle is interesting, right? Because rebounding is just like an effort thing, and if they've truly been putting an emphasis on rebounding, there might just be some like random guys who usually just like don't turn around and like try to rebound that are going to be rebounding if they've literally been practicing it, right? Like Halliburton, like I don't know like why he'd get like 4 rebounds, but like what if Halliburton, because he's like 6'6", man, like. It's literally just like, okay, is he gonna fucking try? Like, he should try. And if he's gonna play like 36 minutes, like you think he could get like 4 rebounds, right? And this is a good price. But yeah, no. I mean, like, who's gonna be doing point of attack defense on Brunson? It's gonna be Nembhard, so not him. You don't want to bet on him because
not Nembhard. Yeah. So it's gonna be like like as you mentioned, like one of like Halliburton off the side. The thing that I've noticed lately, because we had a stretch where it's like if you were a starting small forward and you played us, you were getting 6 rebounds by just being on the basketball court. Now it feels like that's the power forward. So like my lean on that one would be Siakam, even though like the track record is hideous here. Like there's no track record against the Knicks, and he definitely has not been rebounding lately. But it's just like I just don't want to go down on like Pascal Siakam rebounds. Yeah. What's Mathurin? Like Mathurin, like he doesn't play enough. Let me see what's Mathurin here. Here's his 4.5, and he's over those last 3. What is he without?
He's pretty good rebounder.
Okay. Wow, he had 8 last time against the Knicks, but he also played 41 minutes. So
yeah,
it's not a guy that really like sticks out. Like what? Like it's like what has Thomas Bryant done when he plays 25 minutes?
A lot of the guys too might be boxing out because like with the Knicks, Precious crashes the glass. Josh obviously crashes the offensive glass. Like those guys, instead of like those guys might be, if you're guarding those dudes, you might have to be focused on boxing out instead of actually rebounding.
Yeah, there's not a guy per se that I love for the rebounds here, but like I'll look.
Like I could see Tyrese guarding McCall, and McCall doesn't crash the glass.
Oh, Hallie?
Yeah, who knows?
I don't think they're gonna do that because like Hallie's like that. He's got that Olay defense. Like Mikal loves to like penetrate and get to a mid-range jump shot. Like I think that'd be a terrible idea if they did that. Like,
what do you think Hallie guards then? Not Brunson.
Probably like Hart. Yeah, probably like they hide him on Hart.
Yeah,
and then it's gonna be obviously Nembhard on Brunson. It's gonna be like Mathurin on Mikal probably. Yeah, and then Thomas Bryant, Miles Turner on Cat. Yeah. And then Josh Hart's going to be wide open in that corner for like 5 threes. Like, see, like this is what I always do. I just like look at the number and then like later in the day, I'm like, man, like, for example, 3 Josh Hart threes are 450. The man hasn't made 2 threes since January 8th. But I always say that 3-3 game is coming, man. He's just been open too many times in the corner. He's starting to shoot it again. Like, he's a very like hot or cold guy. Like, I also did like this whole thing where I'm like, when the Knicks run 2 bigs with like Precious Cat, like I want to say he has like 2 plus 3-pointers dating back to last year, like 8 of 12, and 3 plus 3-pointers, like 6 of 12. So in the back of my head, I'm like, man, the 3-point game is coming. But I don't know. I thought last game was supposed to be the one, but he just didn't shoot the ball. So I don't know. Maybe it's never coming. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, Josh is really hot and cold. Like, he'll either won't even shoot it or he'll make like 3 fucking grenades.
Really
hot shots.
Classic Josh Hart.
So Kelly Olynyk for the Pelicans. Jaren seems to cook without John when he doesn't have to be a primary defender on a great scorer. Yeah, I mean he's gonna have to be a primary. He's gonna guard KD, so if that could get him to foul trouble if he closes out a little too hard on some of those middies. I mean KD is definitely gonna get the whistle if there's anything dicey there. Yeah, I just don't think KD can guard Jaren whatsoever. Like you're gonna have to bring a double, which could be bad, right? If they double. I know Bud doesn't like to double. He doesn't really like to give up catch and shoot threes and stuff. But yeah, Jaren, I don't think they have a matchup for him.
Yeah.
Turner points under. No, we like Turner.
Please don't do that to yourself.
Yeah.
Don't do it. It's the Knicks. Don't do it.
We talked about KD under stuff. I personally don't have a lean either way, but I think that if you could talk yourself into like he's disengaged, he doesn't want to be in Phoenix. They just try to shop him. He's gonna bullshit. I think that could definitely be an out. So yeah, Flo just went wild. This is from a while back.
Yeah, like the Pistons, like one of my teams that like I like. Cade's one of my favorite players, and they always because they're maybe sitting in the Central Time Zone. They always play like these games at like 1, and I always find like I'm like cleaning the house or at the gym, and like the Pistons are on. Like I'll watch a quarter of Pistons basketball. Sure.
Yeah. I'm a Pistons fan too because you guys traded us like a protected Pistons pick in the Cat deal. And, they need to make the playoffs for it to be.
I'm so tight about that because we were waiting for years. We were like, oh, they're never going to be good. And then the year we traded, like, oh, now they're like in the playoffs. So it's going to convey, and you're going to get like a nice like teens pick. As like
no, it actually should be because it's like they're going to make the playoffs, but they're going to be like one of the worst seeds in the playoffs. So that's like pretty much right outside the lottery, hopefully.
Yeah.
That's what it's looking like. So Embiid under 1.5 threes.
How you feeling about the Wolves?
We just got our shit killed. I'm not going to look too much into that. I mean, we started the game off like over 16. It was actually absurd. Ant's looking so good, man. Wolves been playing really good basketball outside of that Cavs game. I'm feeling pretty good about us. I feel like we're Dante healthy away from being one of the best teams in the West. Like I think we're better than like the Clippers and like all the teams that are like slightly ahead of us. I think we're better than them. Maybe outside of the Lakers now. Oh yeah, outside of the Lakers now because they're pretty damn good. But I think we're like a way better team than Houston. Like honestly, dude, I'm out on Houston. I think they stink.
Yeah, I'm so disappointed in them because I wanted to buy in and they had that hot streak, but like they're so soft. Like Amen Thompson, love him. Jalen Green, you can't trust that dude. Like he's too like hit or miss. Sengun, I don't know what his deal is. Like 1 second he looks like an all-star center, the next second he's just flailing, looking for fouls and turning it over. And Olay defense. They have pieces I like. I just feel like they're just not ready yet. Like they're a good team, but they're just not ready for prime time yet.
They need that. I mean, I think I honestly definitely think that Booker's going to be a Rocket. It's like, I mean, if what's it called? If the Suns want their picks back, which they're going to, they just tried trading away KD, right? It's like they know what's coming. They're a shit team. The Suns are. They have no future. they have no chance of competing in the West over the next couple of years. Like they're gonna blow it up, I think. And so I think if Booker goes, like, because Houston just is like, I think they're a star away, to be honest. And like obviously they're a young team, so they need time to grow. But yeah, Houston for this year at least, man, I'm out on them. They don't have any offense. It's actually like it's a really tough watching them hoop.
Yeah.
Vucevic, PRO. Look, Vucevic is also someone who concerns me. I totally get like the threes, and it's a good matchup. Absolutely cook them. I wonder if Vucevic might be disengaged. Like post-trade deadline, he's still in Chicago.
Yeah.
They're trying really hard to shop him. Like you can say that they're tough matchups here. Like sure, maybe Rudy's a tough matchup. Bam, tough matchup, or whatever. I do kind of fear that Vucevic might be disengaged. That's like the one thing. I forgot to mention that when you said that. Like I totally agree with like the good matchup and stuff.
Yeah.
I do fear that he might be disengaged, and he might just be on like this might be who he is for like the rest of the year, like a 25 PRA per game guy. Maybe I'm wrong there, but yeah. So yeah. I personally would stay away from Vooch, but I can't talk you off of like that. It's not a great matchup.
Yeah, like I got to do the research on it and like find the angle. But like for example, like 6 Asar Thompson boards are minus 140, and that's like one of those I'm like, what am I missing here? Like 6 for 140 against the Chicago Bulls when he's had 4 for 4 for his career in that, and yeah, like something Asar Thompson's getting played. I just got to look at it more and have more coffee. But yeah, I don't quite get that one. I'll be honest.
Yeah, no, Asar is a great look. Desmond Bane PRA under. We talked about Desmond Bane stuff. We didn't have an opinion. Justice, yeah, Chris. I mean, we talked about this too. Did we talk about this before the stream or during stream? We've been live for a fucking minute now. So, look, if you can, honestly, I'm totally cool. If you have FanDuel, man, I mean, which you should. I think everyone pretty much has FanDuel. Minus 142 feels like a great price. You get a Suns team that's terrible in transition. You go to with Jaren Bane and Bane, 15 out of 23 to the over. Suns have just been a really bad defense, man. He went under against the Knicks. They lost by 37. I don't see that happening.
No, definitely not.
Let's see. Where are the Suns for assists allowed? They are middle of the pack. Okay, let's take away like some of the really tough matchups. Like, yeah, if you take away some of like the really tough matchups, and even like the Knicks, let's take them out. Yeah, I mean, he tends to hit this a lot more unless he's playing like a super tough matchup. And I don't see that. Suns also a team I've noticed since they got Nick Richards, they're crashing the hell out of the glass. They're a pretty bad transition defense. Memphis is like the number 1 transition offense in the league by a mile.
Is Durant confirmed in?
Yeah, he's not, but he did practice yesterday.
Yeah, because with them, like that's the big thing with them. Like it's sad, but he's their rim protector, and like whenever Durant's not in, it's like the 3 and the 4 on the other team go insane every single time because they have 0 rim protection when he's not in there.
Yeah, no, for sure. But what do you like? Josh 6.5 assists at this?
I do. Yeah, I definitely do. I definitely do.
So.
Definitely do.
GG Jackson. Ooh.
I don't have a lean on only because they run like 10 deep and everyone plays, and I don't know like what the rotation's been lately. Wow. Like Gigi's like really talented, and like there's a game where he could go off, but like I don't have a lean one way or the other on it.
Yeah, some of these massive games were without Bane.
Yeah.
But you're asking for the under, so that kind of supports your theory. Suns are a pretty good spot-up defense. Yeah, I don't have a crazy lean on it either. So, sorry, Trevor. I'm just being honest with you, though. Oh, wow. Duran's double-doubles minus 115 at Bet365 if you build it out.
Yeah, that's a steal to me.
That's a steal. Yeah, against the Bulls. Just don't even overthink that. I mean, that's a great bet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched that game. I stayed up too late sweating Isaiah Collier. Of course, he came through, dude. He's such a fucking good person to bet on. Him and Will Hardy are with playing their dudes in blowouts.
Yeah.
Doncic Lakers. I will say I still want to remain low on the defense. The more I think about it, that was like such a energized spot for them. Luka's first game, of course, like the crypto was juking. The team was just fired the fuck up, and they were clamping. They were completely engaged. I still want to be low on their defense in general. Like I said, Jackson Hayes anchored defense. LeBron, we know most nights he's not going to be really a plus defender at this age. Luka obviously is a pretty big negative defender. Reeves is a negative defender. So yeah, I want to remain low on the defense. Maybe let a couple games kick in before like the the vibe and like the vibes go back to just like normal, because the vibes are very high right now and like the energy and stuff. But offensively, I mean, man, honestly, Luka's usage was like, if they price him at like 28.5 points and like 7.5 assists, 7.5 rebounds, I might have to take the under on him next game. I don't know. Did you watch that game? Or I know you're East Coast.
I watched all of it. I loved what I saw, man. It was beautiful basketball, and the beauty of it,
Man.
you get the exact same matchup on Wednesday at Utah. Like, I can't wait to take some props in that one. Luka looked like the shot wasn't falling, but like I just love the process of all of it.
I do too.
And the one thing, like, it's the Jazz. Like, he shot miserable, but like I noticed like Rui and Dorian Finney-Smith and Gabe Vincent were sitting wide open in those corners and at the elbow from three, and they're gonna have a bunch of great looks. So like Gabe Vincent's threes is something like I'm already in my head. I'm like, please put this at 1.5. Like, it was 1.5 minus 122. I'm kicking myself for not taking that yesterday. But yeah, like the LeBron assists are gonna be masterful. Luka, I like Luka on the bounce back next game. Like, it depends like how high, because they're gonna like everyone's gonna want to bet on Luka, so it's probably gonna be like too high, and he's not gonna play like 35, 36, probably gonna be in like that 29 to 32 range again. But yeah, it's gonna be a ton of fun, man. Like, as you mentioned, the defense is gonna be like the defense is gonna be terrible against certain matchups. I do like the fact that like if they face a team that doesn't have like a enforcer down low that can go small with like maybe DFS at the 5, run some Vando behind him, sprinkle in Jackson Hayes, and just like be a fast. But the offense is going to be a top 5 offense in the league. Like, it's going to be amazing.
100%, dude.
Amazing offense.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I agree with that too. Like, keep in mind, like these like Rui, DFS might be. I don't think DFS hit a 3, so he might just like blindly be a nice like buy spot.
Yeah,
but those guys are going to get wide open corner threes playing alongside Luka and Bron.
I had DFS on a lay yesterday with post for 3 threes each, and post hit the 3 threes. Yeah. And then DFS was just like a total dud. I was like, oh, this is terrible.
Yeah, but I think he's a good buy going forward, though, for sure. DFS.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
See, Flo, you got Fahrenheit.
Oh, my God. Fahrenheit was good, bro. Thanks for pulling up.
See, yes, sir. Like, comment, share, sub. Appreciate that, Fahrenheit. Appreciate that a ton. Yeah, so Mathurin, that was the official play from Flo, and yeah, basically the same reasoning, right? It's like he's absolutely crushing the Knicks.
Yeah.
Brunson, 28. Yeah, we talked about Brunson. Like I said, I want Miles Turner to be out for me to play that. And actually, I think so. I would wait for that news personally, but that's what I'm feeling. I think you're more keen on it, a little bit more keen on it than me. But
yeah, I mean, like, I'm just like, I'm a giant homer, but I just feel that like Nembhard is not stopping this dude. They keep trying to do this thing every time where they'll put like Neesmith and Nembhard 1-on-1 and they won't send help. I'm like, man, y'all better send some help or you send whatever, because he's about to cook this boy all night and Nembhard's about to be complaining to the refs. So
yeah,
I do like Brunson.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Let's get this Brad Morant going for the trip dub. Yeah, dude, I could actually see it, man. I could really see it. I think it's a big jaw game. I don't know why I didn't play it. I don't know. I'm treading light, dude. There's a couple games until All-Star break. It's gonna be a nice like mental break. Have you like thought about what you're just gonna do like on a personal level, like during All-Star break?
Yeah, just like go read books and drink water and go to the park and like go to the gym and just unwind. It's been a long stretch. January, I felt like, for not just for myself, for a lot of people, just rough. It was just like Hook City day after day.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, just kind of like mental recharge would be definitely nice.
Yeah, I agree. I just want some time to like. I'm gonna move pretty soon, and I'm going down to Tennessee and checking out some cities in Tennessee and North Carolina over All-Star break. So that's gonna be fun. Nice. A lot of driving, which is gonna suck ass, but I mean, shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll just be nice to like literally like not have to like get in the lab every day. You know, like I love it. I love this shit, and obviously you love this shit too. That's why we're on this talking about it right now.
Yeah.
But at some point, like you do kind of just like get a little bit burnt out and need a break. So
they're above the break is what I don't care right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I don't care either.
Yeah.
Let's see. Hart will guard. I forget who we were talking about. So I can see Brunson calling pick and rolls to get Hallie on him. Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
On Hallie.
Yeah.
It's not like everything's going to be a big to guard. Obviously, you want to get Cat involved with like those guard to big pick and rolls, but yeah, no, that will definitely be incorporated. Okay, last question we have is Santi over 15.5. I'm guessing you're talking about PRA. Yeah, Santi makes sense. I could see Santi like being able to crash the offensive glass here. I will say, like, I want to bet on Santi in a spot up matchup. This is not a good spot up matchup, personally, or not personally. That's what the numbers say. But Flo, do you got a take on Santi?
I don't have a take on this one specifically, but I do know that it's like I do like the matchup and the profile of it against like the Suns, who are gonna like have like Plumlee and Mayonnaise out there and Richards and yeah. I mean, you're going against the Suns, like that's half the battle. You have a really good matchup.
Yeah, let's see, 18 to 26 minutes. Yeah, he has these big ass spike games. I will say that for sure.
So, like it's hideous, but I keep coming back to my head. It's like, man, I really like Emmanuel quickly today, man.
Yeah,
that guy's had the season from hell. Like he comes back, gets hurt, comes back, minutes restriction. First the elbows hurt, now the hips hurt. Now he's back again. He's playing with some fire. This is year one of the new contract. I also like to cap motivation. Like there's a guy motivated to play well, like to prove like this is his time to shine. Finally, he had double-digit potentials against the Houston Rockets. He only had 3. So for me, I'm like the lane's bucket right now. Asar Thompson, P plus R, Emmanuel Quickly, P plus A. It's at like 21.5 at some spots. I'm like the Sixers aren't going to guard this dude. The Sixers are a bozo franchise this year with a bunch of players who decide when they want to and not play. Like, who are the Sixers putting on Emmanuel Quickly today? Like Paul George? Like, man, they don't we just saw it's a different player, different team. Get that. But we just saw what Dame Lillard did. Dame Lillard should have had like 13 assists, but like his teammates are terrible.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I agree. Yeah, Quickly, like I said, I'll probably end up playing this. It's maybe even 3s, especially.
Yeah.
The price is really good on 3s. But yeah, if Embiid's in, like I said, I just want Embiid to be in because like I know Yabu just blitzes every pick and roll and like, but also maybe that could be a good assist spot then for Quick. If 6.5, damn dude, that kind of seems. Yeah, dude, have 12 potentials, and also they have no one to fucking assist the ball to really. So
I mean, there's a moonshot double lay just right in front of us with Edie Quick. In fact, I'm putting that in because like if I say it out loud, so I'm gonna put $5 on this. Edie Quickly and Asar Thompson. I'm gonna take all 3 and just throw $5 and see what happens.
Hey, post it on Bet on FanDuel, post a ticket and watch it go viral.
Yeah. Yeah, right.
But, let's see. Last one, Yabusele double. Yabusele stuff. I mean, he's going up against like a G League center, so you just gotta like take that into account, right? I could definitely see him sneakily getting there. So I wouldn't hate Yabu stuff if that were to happen. Okay, well I think that's gonna do it. Flo, do you want a quick shout out anything before we head out?
Yep. You can find me at the House of Stems. That's where we're giving out the plays. House of Stems, link in bio. And also you follow me on Twitter at Stephen like Curry, STEPHEN, last name Florival, FLORIVAL. 2 more days till the break. Let's get this bread.
Yes, sir. Yeah, let's end this first half of the season on a high note. That's all I want to do. And hopefully we can do that. I feel like we dropped some good stuff. Duran stuff, assists is very interesting. And yeah, watch the leans go crazy.
Yeah, absolutely.
But the plays suck ass. Let's hope that's not the case. All right, well, thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you guys tomorrow.